Hey, what's up you guys, it's Andy here from TOPTENS. Welcome back to our channel where we talk all about the game. With the Champions League campaign finally over, I thought it would be a good time to take a look at the best Champions League matches we have ever seen, starting from the most recent ones to the oldest ones. Before we head in, if you are new here, please press the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our content, because we know you will love it. First place we have Bayern Munich versus Barcelona. This match in my opinion would definitely go down as a classic. Let's build the scene up a little bit here. Barcelona were going into the match having failed to win any silverware so far during the season and switching manager while they were still at the top of the Liga. Meanwhile, Bayern were going into the match having won a domestic double and dominated matches again after the dismissal of Kovac and the appointment of Flick. Thomas Müller opened the scoring within the first 5 minutes of the match, but Barca came back into the match with an Alaba own goal. Fast forward a bit, within the first half itself, the scoreline read 4-1 to Bayern Munich, with goals coming from Perisic, Müller and Gnabry. On the 57th minute, Suarez scored to give Barca some sort of hope, but within 6 minutes, Kimmich would restore Bayern's 3-goal cushion, bringing the score to 5-2. We're now looking at the 75th minute. The man Barcelona loaned to Bayern Munich comes in Philippe Coutinho. Minute 82, he provides an assist for Robert Lewandowski. Minute 85, he scores, making the score 7-2 for Bayern Munich. It's not over yet. 4 minutes afterwards, he scores another one, making the score 8-2. Bayern became the first team in the Champions League history to score 8 goals in a knockout match. Barcelona lost for the first time by a 6-goal margin since 1951. Up next we have Liverpool versus Barcelona at Anfield. Liverpool lost the first leg 3-0 at the Nou Camp with a Messi masterclass despite Liverpool having more shots than Barcelona. Liverpool even led the stats in possession, which does not happen often. A semi-final match with no Mo Salah and Firmino. Well, surely this match would be a dead rubber. At least a lot of us thought that way. But with a terrific atmosphere at Anfield, Origi opened the scoring within 10 minutes of the first half. Within 10 minutes of the restart, half-time substitute Gini Wijnaldum scored a double, thus levelling the score. With Barcelona mentally fragile from recent comebacks made against them in the previous years, they completely collapsed. On the 79th minute, Origi scored a brilliant goal, catching the defence sleeping with a quick corner played by Trent Alexander-Arnold to seal their place in the final and shock the whole football world. We're looking at Ajax versus Tottenham. First leg, Ajax won 1-0 with a Donny van de Beek strike, and let's be honest, they should have won but a couple of more goals. They were playing some scintillating footballs at the time. The match was after a superb match at Anfield, surely couldn't get any better. Any hope of a comeback was swiftly killed by De Ligt scoring a header on the 5th minute, and Ziyech further enhanced their lead with a strike on the 35th minute. Half-time, the aggregate score read 3-0 to Ajax. But Tottenham came out after the half-time with a different mentality. Lucas Moura opened the scoring on the 55th minute and swiftly added to his tally on the 59th minute. Ajax squandered several opportunities to kill the game though, and they ended up paying for it on the 96th minute. Literally the very last minute of the game. No one could believe it. They sealed their place in the final, where they lost against Liverpool in a dud final, though it must be said, by 2-0, with an out-of-shape Harry Kane coming back from an injury. The last match to feature here from the 2018-2019 campaign, which is certainly amongst the best of the Champions League seasons I've ever witnessed, is the PSG against Man United match. Kylian Mbappe ran the show in the first leg, and Man United were lucky to come out away with only a 2-0 defeat. But that was made worse by Pogba's late red card. Lukaku gave United hope with a first half double either side of a PSG goal from Juan Bernat. With Ole Gunnar Solskjaer putting his faith in youth by summoning the likes of Tahith Chong and Mason Greenwood from the bench, the experience of Gianluigi Buffon, Thiago Silva and David Alves fell apart. With 89 minutes played, fellow sub Diogo Dalot took a shot from range and Kimpembe deflected it behind for a corner. only for VAR to overrule the decision and awarding the visitors a 94th minute penalty, leaving PSG in disbelief. After a long wait, Rashford stepped up against one of the all-time great goalkeepers in Gianluigi Buffon and smashed the spot kick in the top left corner. As far as Man United fans were concerned, the good times were back. Up next we have Roma vs Barcelona for the second leg. Let's set the scene up here, and we have to start in the first leg, of course. De Rossi opened the scoring for Barcelona with an own goal on the 38th minute, which was followed by another own goal by Kostas Manolas on the 55th minute. Within 5 minutes, Gerard Piqué added another one to make the score 3-0. Dzeko gave Roma a little glimmer of hope on the 80th minute. However, within the last 5 minutes of the game, Suarez scored his first Champions League goal in more than a year, making the score 4-1. Barca was strong favourites to clinch their first semi-final spot since 2014 and 2015 campaign, and with 9 points clear at the top of the league, unbeaten in the league it should be said, and a Copa del Rey final spot booked, you could say a trouble was in sight. Come the second leg though, Edin Dzeko struck early on the 6th minute to give Roma hope, and Daniel De Rossi added a second half penalty on the 58th minute. Kostas Manolas, who scored an own goal in the first leg, scored the crucial third goal, heading in at the near post with 8 minutes remaining. Roma became only the third team in the Champions League history to overturn a first leg defeat of 3 goals or more at the time. The other 2 games featuring in this list as well, so I won't ruin it for you lot. Up next we have the famous remontada. First round was 4-0 to PSG with Di Maria opening the scoring, followed by Draxler. Di Maria then added to his tally before Cavani scored the 4th one to kill the tie. Well, so they thought. Come to the Camp Nou, Suarez gave the Blaugrana a glimmer of hope by opening the scoring within 5 minutes of the start. Kurzawa added an own goal to double Barcelona's lead. Messi added a 3rd one to give them more belief 5 minutes after the restart with a penalty. Cavani scored in the 62nd minute, which meant Barcelona had to score 3 times to ensure the qualification, so surely that was the comeback done and dusted. And it seemed that way until the 88th minute, when Neymar sparked Barcelona back to life in a freak 7-minute spell. Neymar scored a superb free kick on the 88th minute and followed that up with a 91st minute penalty. It wasn't over from him though, he set up Sergio Roberto on the 95th minute to ensure Barcelona advanced, leading some crazy celebrations at the end of the match. Next we have Chelsea vs Napoli, the return leg of course we're talking here. Chelsea were a mess when they lost 3-1 to Napoli under Andre Villas-Boas. In the first leg, Mata opened the scoring for Chelsea before goals from Cavani and Lavezzi ensured that Napoli went to Stamford Bridge with a 3-1 lead. Common fan favourite Roberto Di Matteo though, he flipped the tie on his head. Didier Drogba, John Terry, Frank Lampard all scored to take the game to extra time following Inler's goal for Napoli. Branislav Ivanovic ended up firing home Drogba's cross to win it in extra time. Up next we have Milan and Liverpool, the Istanbul final. This is perhaps the best the Champions League had to offer in terms of entertainment and suspense. Milan took an early lead with Maldini scoring in the first minutes itself. With 6 minutes left in the first half, Hernan Crespo added 2 more goals, making it 3-0 to Milan. On the 54th minute though, a 6-minute spell saw Liverpool score 3 goals with Gerrard, Smith and Alonso to set up the unlikeliest of comebacks. Liverpool ended up winning 3-2 on penalties, with Dudek making some crazy saves along the way and Shevchenko missing the final crucial one. Next we have the quarterfinals, Deportivo vs AC Milan. Playing against the European champions, Deportivo had already sprung one surprise when they went 1-0 up in the first leg in Milan, but that was swiftly addressed by the Milan side with goals from Pirlo, Kaká who scored a double and Shevchenko in 8 minutes making it 4-1. No side had ever come down from 3 goals to win a Champions League knockout tie. Deportivo broke the aggregate back level within the first half itself with goals from Pandiani, Valeron and Luque. Gonzalez Front, the substitute, added a 4th one on the 76th minute to seal their place in the semis where they faced eventual winners Porto. The last match featuring on this list here, we have Man United versus Bayern Munich, the 99 classic. Man United fans like to talk about the 99th final, and with good reason as well. It certainly is a classic for all Champions League fans. In front of a crowd of 90,000 people at the new camp, with the additional time board popping up, Bayern thought they already won their first title of the Champions League era with a Basler's free kick on the 6th minute. Before Matthews said of the substitution as well, they thought the job was done. Comes in to substitute Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Teddy Sheringham scores a 91st minute equaliser, and then came one of the most famous sentences for all Man United fans.
Beckham with the corner. Oh, it's Solskjaer! Can you believe it?
The first treble, 101 seconds separate from the two goals. It doesn't get any better than that for a finale. In the special mention section, we have Ajax versus Real Madrid. It just misses out for me since Madrid were not in the best of shapes and Ajax were tearing it in the league and had impressive performances in the group stages against Bayern and should not have lost that first leg. But I certainly didn't expect them to win by 4-0, and the way they did it as well in the Bernabeu, with the football they were playing as well, it certainly was something else. Tadic ran that show. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and let us know what you want to see in the comments below.